In this stressful situation of the coronavirus pandemic, when all of us need to stay at home, books are a great way to de-stress yourself, to give yourself a break, or to spend time in an entertaining and fulfilling manner. Books are the perfect escape. This is the reason why I am coming up with this video about the feel-good books that you can read while you stay at home. Guys, if you're still not taking it seriously, please do, and stay at home, self-isolate yourself and protect your family, and in this way you will be helping in flattening the curve so that all of us are safe. And I just hope this process of self-isolation is better with these recommendations of mine. So without further ado, let's get started with this video. If you don't know me already, hi there, I'm Manpreet. I make book related videos on this channel every Wednesday and Saturday at 6 p.m. If you are new to my channel, please make sure you subscribe, follow me on my social media and turn your notifications on so that you get notified every time I post a new video. Without further ado, let's get started with my top recommendations on the books to read while you stay at home. Before that, if you're wondering, Manpreet, I need to stay at home. How do you expect me to get more books? One, if you already own a Kindle device, then you can read on your Kindle, switch to ebook, and there is also a Kindle app for phones. So you can just read a book on your phone. In these tough times, you are not supposed to go out, so just use your phone to read a book instead of reading tweets. That ultimately stress you out. Another thing you can do is subscribe to audiobooks app. Audible or Storytel, both are great options, and you can check those out and subscribe to those and listen to the books. So yes, you might not be going out, but you still have access to books, and after watching this video, you will know which ones to pick. My favorite author for feel-good books is Sophie Kinsella, and at this moment, I would like to suggest two books by Sophie Kinsella to you. Number one is Finding Audrey by Sophie Kinsella. This is a book about this girl who cannot get out of her house, and she is suffering through this disorder, but the book is incredibly funny, and the things that happen in this book are so hilarious. So really, whenever you need a book that makes you laugh, you pick up Sophie Kinsella, and if you are wondering where to start, you could start with Finding Audrey. Or you could start with The Undomesticated Goddess by Sophie Kinsella, which was the first book I read of this author, and then I became a fan, okay? The Undomesticated Goddess is about this lawyer who just leaves her job and runs away to this small place, ends up in this small place where she is now a house help. It's really funny how things happen and everything that happens in this book. It's really hilarious, so you need to check it out as well. Another author that I would definitely recommend for feel-good books is Anuja Chauhan. She's an Indian author and she writes amazingly funny books. I would recommend you The House That BJ Built. This is actually the second book in a duology after Those Pricey Thakur Girls. I have heard that Those Pricey Thakur Girls is equally funny, but I haven't read that one. But I love The House That BJ Built. It's hilarious. It's about this girl named Bonu, and she has these aunties, and their property is supposed to be now divided as her grandfather is dead. The things that happen, they are so funny. There's so much of family drama, and it's a really cool book. You need to read it. Anuja Chauhan has this amazing way of writing which I haven't found in any other Indian author. Her books are just like so relatable, so funny, so Indian. They are just amazing. You need to pick those up. And I have another recommendation of Anuja Chauhan book, and that is Bars by Anuja Chauhan. This features this guy called Ishan, and he is an Air Force officer, and it's about his life. It's hilarious. It's amazing. It's heart-touching. It's heartwarming. I could use a lot of adjectives, okay? I mean, it's easy. I could just open up my phone and, search for adjectives. But I don't think I need to. I'm just telling you, you need to read this book. It's amazing. My fifth recommendation is for the people who are finding it very hard to concentrate even on the books, even when they love reading, even when they are regular readers. Then you need to pick up short stories because it doesn't require that level of concentration. And Ruskin Bond's Potpourri is a collection of short stories, light horror, and they have this amazing natural vibe to those. And Ruskin Bond writes amazing books, and Potpourri is one of my favorite short story collections, so you can check it out. And recommend this book even to the people who haven't read books yet and they just want to start. These are easy to read, these are great for beginners, and these will help them get a break while they stay at home during this coronavirus crisis. Number 6 book I would recommend you is 100 Little Flames by Preeti Shenoy. Again, a book that makes you feel so good. It's about this guy who gets fired. That's not an amazing thing, but he goes and lives with his grandfather in a village in Kerala. and the whole story and what happens to him and what he discovers, it's all really, really good. So you need to read this book, especially when you are feeling very frustrated about living with your family, when there are so many people around. Like we Indians, we have large families, so if you're feeling very frustrated about that, I would recommend you this book, and this will just change your perspective, shift your perspective, and maybe you will feel happy that you are safe with your family inside your home. So try this one out, and all of these books are my super, super, super favorites. You cannot go wrong with these, so try these out. Number 7 is another feel good book. It's a romance. It does make you cry for a while, but it's still a feel good book, and it's The Choice by Nicholas Sparks. Honestly, I've read a couple of books by Nicholas Sparks, but this one is my favorite, so I'm recommending you this one. It's about these two people who meet and fall in love. It's a love story. They do hit a rough patch and it makes you cry a lot, but the story in itself, it's very beautiful and you will feel incredibly happy to read it. So just try it out. Apart from this, if you're looking for more Nicholas Sparks novel, you could try The Notebook, you could try True Believer, you could try See Me. These are the ones that I have read. If you have read all 4 of these, you could try some other Nicholas Sparks book and tell me about it. I also need more recommendations at this moment. The 8th book is actually a memoir, and I'm not calling it memoir because you know what? I'm learning French. This is the 4th language I'm learning, and it's time to fix my pronunciations, right? Anyway, French is the 4th language that I'm learning. Anyway, The Perils of Being Moderately Famous is written by Soha Ali Khan, who is a celebrity, and she documents her life in general. She is from a royal family and her relatives are super famous, and the paparazzi is always following her, and a lot of things happen in her life. And one amazing thing about this book is not all of this. It's her writing. The way Soha Ali Khan writes, that is just superb. That is amazing. And the book will make you feel really good. So you check it out. Number 9 book that I would like to suggest you is How I Braved Anu Auntie and Co-Founded a $1 Million Company by Varun Agarwal. Now this book is for the people who will be like, Manpreet, why are there no non-fiction? Personally, I feel like if you are going to read some book that is going to inspire you, you will feel like you need to get out there and do something. That is not our motive here. We want to stay at home, curl up in a bed and just read and read, right? So I am suggesting you this one because I feel like it's incredibly funny and it will make you feel good, okay? And it will make you feel very inspired as well, but it is fictionalized, which makes it an appropriate book for this time while you stay home. The title really explains the plot or the premise of the book. Let's move on to the next one, which is actually a series I want to recommend you, and that is the Famous Five series. I, as a kid, read a lot of books in the Famous Five series, and personally, it's still my goal to read this series again. But if you have kids at your home and you're wondering what to do with your kids while they have this extra energy in them and they cannot go out, you just tell them great stories. You just get them into the habit of reading books. Either read these out to them, or if they can read and understand by themselves, then give the Famous Five series to your kids, and that would be an amazing decision. It is incredible for kids of the age 6 to 8, 8 to 10, and I as an adult still like Famous Five series. So it's kiddish, but it's really sweet. There are a bunch of kids who go on different adventures. Actually, they just find adventures. And there's a cute dog, and there's a lot of talk of food and everything. So it's a really feel good series, and there's a bit of mystery in it, which is a good package. And there are 21 books, so you could really read one book a day and stay home and be very happy about it. Lastly, I have another book series I want to recommend you, and this is not because it's funny or feel good or anything, but it's just this series helped me get that break from the stress that I was feeling while following all those tweets and all those updates since about a month. So Heroes of Olympus by Rick Riordan, this is a series that combines Roman and Greek mythology, and it features these demigods who go on different adventures. So it's a fantasy come adventure series, and normally I would always say read the Percy Jackson series first, which is a set of 5 books. But lately I have just discovered, Percy Jackson does get a bit boring at times, and if you ask me, is Heroes of Olympus better? Yes, it definitely is. And if you're like, Manpreet, why do you want us to read those average ones? I would like, you can just still, skip Percy Jackson and just read Heroes of Olympus series. There are 5 books. They are good sized books, so you can read them for a while, and they just help me, get that break. I have just finished reading book 3 in the series and I loved it, and I'm currently reading the book 4. So if you want to read along with me, I always share the updates on my YouTube stories and on my Instagram stories. So just follow me on my Instagram as well, and follow my YouTube stories for just, maybe doing this online buddy reading thing. And yes, these are all the 11 books that I wanted to suggest you. I really hope these make you feel better, these help you pass your time, and these help you de-stress yourself while you stay home. And guys, please, please, please do stay home. It's really important for us to stay home. It's not being blown out of proportion. Every scientist out there, every person who has been in the field and who has seen what coronavirus COVID-19 can do to us is recommending this. So we need to listen, we need to stay home, and while we stay home we need to stay happy. So just stay home, read some books, and I hope this video helps you out. If it does, please make sure you hit a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and really share this video so that your friends can also know which books to read to make themselves feel good. You cannot meet one another at this moment, but you can still help one another out by recommending good books to them, right? So yes, that's it for today's video. This is Manvi signing off. I'll be back with another video very soon.